What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken and Ross Present the Yeah, I Said It podcast. We're expressing with our full capabilities until they might want us in correctional facilities. Brain shot about child. I am the dad half of this operation, Ross Cooper. And as always, I am rocking with the best. My co-host, please introduce yourself to the folk.
Yeah. If you're watching on the other platforms, please look. I forgot my own damage. Please share with your friends, family, pets, enemies, aliens,
Lord.
ghosts, demons, all that good stuff. If you're watching on it too, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Because if you don't, somebody gonna smack the Lord out of you. Yes. Yeah, I know we're talking about it, but it's a joke. Okay, relax.
Oh,
We're not
see, here we
assaulting
go.
people on
Here we
stage.
go with the joke. Here we go. Right? Really, we ain't no bars for today neither. You ain't started off no bars, man. What's going on?
I was about to say it. I didn't have any bars. I'm
You
sorry.
just fumble. You just fumble, right?
I
You
messed up the whole beginning. I forgot the intro. I don't have no bars. See,
first,
this
first,
this is why we raw out here. This is one take crack right here, man. This is what we
right,
do.
like first and 10. It's a simple handoff. You fumbled the handoff, dog. You fumbled it.
I
Now it's
recovered though.
second and 15, yo. Now it's second and 15.
Nah, the second and 15, I went 99. I went 99 yards. There you go, touchdown.
All right, so we got to get into it, man. Every now and again, life just sometimes we got to look for something interesting to talk about. Just sometimes life happens and it just hands you something to talk about. For anybody in America and across the world who's been halfway paying attention, even you saw Will Smith, renowned actor. I'm old enough to remember he was just a rap dude.
Get jiggy.
Um, Will Smith doesn't curse, has to curse his records. Will Smith doesn't have to curse his own records. Well, I do. Fuck him, fuck you too. Shout out to Eminem. But I don't know. Maybe we need a collab between Em and Will Smith at this point. Who knows?
That'd be the weirdest collab ever.
Yeah. I feel like I'm Will. Okay, let me stop. It's too easy on the rabbit hole. But
yeah, enjoy it. Go ahead.
Will Smith smacked the hell out of Chris Rock. And we wouldn't be us. We let a lot of pop things fly by because really celebrity gossip ain't what we do here.
We don't.
But it's a little bigger than just celebrity gossip. Oh, for those watching at home, I appreciate it. I'm on location and I forgot to grab my shirt before I left. But as always, I'm still repping the glorious Empire State.
It's more glorious by the day.
Woo, we get to that a little later. But yeah, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and we just gonna give our take on it. Something I haven't really heard a whole lot of, which is I figure we can zoom lens it because there's angles, and the problem is there's what happened, and then everyone trying to put their spin on the what happened, and it's like, what? Like I told you, I don't know if I told you, I heard some crazy nonsense, but so I'm going to start from just in a vacuum, so to speak. And the obvious, what appears to be the obvious why this happened. Chris Rock cracks a joke. It wasn't a really, I don't think in my opinion, it was a super harsh joke. It was at the line. Depending on how you think about it, maybe over it. And I understand fully, I could be speaking from the standpoint of a black man, not a black woman who has a certain care and feel about her hair and so on and so forth. I say that because I want to say first and foremost, I think sisters are beautiful no matter what hair you got. I don't care if it's orange and pink or you're doing a Nicki Minaj thing. I don't care if you're going with the baldy. Sisters are gorgeous. So whatever that is, if I see a sister with a baldy and I just got educated, I'm presuming that was a choice. I now understand, hey, maybe that's not a choice. Maybe it is alopecia. Maybe there's something else going on there. But I think you go just either way. But Chris Rock told a joke. that didn't appear to be over the line, appeared to be at the line. Corny joke nonetheless. That was
Wasn't
corny.
funny. It wasn't funny.
Yeah, corny joke nonetheless. Shortly thereafter, Will Smith gets up and smacks the dog shit out of old boy and walks off like the Mac. And I'm like, initially, I thought it was fake. I thought like, okay, these dudes acting like, all right, this, whatever. It's all part of the plan. But when Will sat down and then went like full Mike Lowry, like this is really bad boys. It's like, oh, fam ain't playing, fam ain't playing. And everything took off from there. So I'm going to start from the micro, the small piece, and then we'll expand a little bit. On the micro, um, I'm riding with him.
Cool.
If you, I'm right. I'm sorry, you're right. I'm riding with Will. On the micro, I'm riding with Will. When I say the micro level, I'm looking like listen. A good friend of mine said to me one of the best statements in all of this. If you disrespect my wife in front of me, it's a calculated risk. Just know the math might not be on your side.
I
Now,
agree with that.
this isn't a vacuum. This is ignoring. I'm putting the zoom lens on high. I'm just looking at the what and the small case of the why, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you pop off and pop slip to my whiz and right in front of me, oh, you a bold mofo. You must got brass balls, homie.
Wrong.
And I'm of the thinking, and I get how most people in their proper thoughts are not going to agree, but I'm of the feeling, as I've always told you, pain is the final arbiter of understanding. That's one.
Universal. Universal.
And then the part two to that, lessons not learned in blood are easily forgotten. So,
So
mhm, lessons not learned in blood are easily forgotten. Kind of a close cousin of pain is the final arbiter of understanding. Like, listen, so fam, if you do something to me that I deem disrespectful, I need to do something to you so you will never even consider it again. And in this instance, your disrespect to my wife was in front of the whole world. So my
somebody was watching. Go ahead.
response should be as such. And I'm just like, look, I'm not with that. Oh, you should have handled it backstage. No, fam, listen. If you bold enough to pop off like that, then the response should be public as well. But I'm open the floor for you, of course. So in the small scale, where I get it, there's levels, there's all the other shit, but small scale, sir, just in that situation, what do you do?
See, like I said, I'm cool with what Will did. Chris Rock
Mm.
needed to be smacked, but it wasn't for the joke. It was for something that happened years ago, and it wasn't because of what he said to Jada. It was because that coon-tastic behavior he had with Seinfeld. That's why he needed to be goddamn smacked. So yeah, that had nothing to do with the joke. I was happy he got smacked. But
Okay. In context, in that moment for what we're dealing with, we'll get to that because I think you have a point. But in that moment,
okay. So put
put
put my
yourself in
bias
those shoes.
aside. And I'm Will. When I walk
Yeah.
up and smack.
Was that worth a smack to you? What do you now again? This is your thoughts, your world. I
Okay.
got no your
Well, then
thoughts, your world.
I'm gonna put the whole story because he did laugh at the joke, and then but that Jada and Chris don't have a great history. I'm pretty sure she does not like that after what happened at the Oscars years ago
Mhm.
or whatever award show it was. I don't remember. I mean, something. So he probably thought laughed and then looked over and saw that Jada was giving the stink eye. I was like, nah, I ain't right. So then he probably thought like, oh shit, I'm on camera laughing. She's upset. So probably at that moment, he's like, damn, you disrespect my wife. I laughed. She's not feeling it. It's like, yeah, I gotta do something. So I mean, I guess that's what he thought was the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I guess we'll talk deeper into it because I'm not gonna go on my teeth thing. But hey, I agree with what you said. If you got the balls to say something or disrespect somebody right to their face or their significant other or loved one,
Mhm.
you should be prepared for whatever happens. And he seemed unprepared.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also gonna say I still think the shit was fake, but I'm just gonna pretend like it's real.
Even now, even now, you think it was fake.
I think
Even now.
it's just because more deeper I look into it. I watched that video a million times. It just looks fake, and you gotta also put context. This is a award show for actors, the best in the world, right?
Right.
The Oscars was also a dying show, and
Right.
statistically, Chris has a new tour coming. Conveniently, a new tour. Will
Right.
has a new show. Oscars is dying. They are actors. The shit that smack looks so goddamn fake. I don't know what. Oh my god. Either Will's not used to smacking people, or that was just the fakest smack ever.
I
And I'm
yeah.
just like he just. And then like if I'm gonna smack somebody, I don't think I would do it like that. But I mean, I guess I'm a professional at smacking people. But nah. It just looks, but you know, I'm not. That's going down the rabbit hole. I'm not gonna go. We're gonna act like it's real. Okay, so real's real. Like I said, you're gonna talk about somebody's loved one, and women are really sensitive about their hair, especially if it's not by choice that they chose to, cut. So, um, yeah, I mean, Hughes been is right. Like I said, I know people want to go to August or out and Jada's been disrespecting him and blah. I don't care about that.
This ain't.
But
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. This
don't care.
ain't.
That's a weird family situation. I don't care about that. At that moment, she's still your wife. So if somebody disrespect the majority of men, it's a men thing, are going to do something about it.
Right.
No matter if it's backstage, right in there. Like I said, me personally, I probably would have took it backstage. Like as soon as you got off the stage, I'd have walked right up there and yeah, it got busy. But I don't blame him for doing it right then and there from the world to see. But a lot of our people had a problem with that because that's a deeper talk. I think we're gonna
Yeah,
get into
I'm
that.
about to say, well, yeah, that's the
So yeah,
extension.
I
That's the
don't have a problem
extension.
with what Will did at all. There you go.
All right. So there's that level of it. Because I'm like, listen, now I will say this: the one issue, if I don't even know the issue is the right word, but play me on this one. Will had the benefit of time. Here's what I mean. Normally, when something like that pops off in real life for regular folk, you don't have the benefit of time. Um, so let's picture this. You out with your lady, having a good time, so on and so forth. And you do the whole thing, you run to the bathroom, come back, somebody talking to your lady. And she told them, like, what I mean, now I'm here with somebody, blah, blah, blah. And you walk up and this cat's still being a little disrespectful. You don't have the time to really think. You're gonna react. Like, okay, this mofo right here, he ain't catching the hint. So let me help you, homie. The key differences in this instance, Will had time. Here's what I mean. I'm sitting there, dude throws a corny joke, like, chuckle, chuckle, what else, bro?
I think it was a half laugh, a fake laugh,
If,
but go ahead.
right. In my head, I'm like, don't do that shit no more. But I'm like, it's at the line, not over the line. Like, like you said, fake laugh. But then I look over and she like, nah, that shit was way over the line. Okay, you know what? Bet. Now I'm about to go up here and smack this dude. Now, here's the thing. This is where you had the benefit of time that usually in real life you don't. At that moment, you have the ability to be like, oh shit, babe, you good? Listen, I'll go smack this motherfucker right now if you want me to. You know what I mean? Yo, you want me to go handle that?
Wait, so
You
that made
have
it better.
that. You have that. I'm
If she
sorry?
said, I said that would have made it better if all he had to do was ask.
Because it's this is where the lack of control narrative comes in. This is where, you know what? I was ad with it, but then I looked over and saw how she was feeling. Like, yo, F that. Let me go handle this. And it's like, look, let's be all the way real with it. This is in real time. One of the reasons why I told you as a kid. Somebody hits you, your first reaction, try to find an authority figure. Because as I told you, as adults
I
in
didn't do
real
that.
life,
I didn't do
you
that.
both end up getting assault charges pressed.
Oh well.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, let's be real. Old boy got assaulted. He should have been, could have been arrested.
Could have.
This is why you don't pop off. So that's why it's like, look, part of being part of, this whole thing where it gets interesting. Like I said, if I look over and she looking hurt, yo, I got ideas on how I can handle this. What's your protocol? Because you know what happens when, again, we gonna put on a regular level, street level, regular dude. Look, this could go. I go haul off and get that dude, and we get to tussling or scrapping. It escalates. I go get that dude. I might get lumped up. I go get that dude. He might be one of them casters. I'm calling the cops. So just measure it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, what's your level? Because I believe me, I got an idea how I want to handle the situation. But you were the offended party, my lady, my better half. Let me get your input. And I think one of the things that was missed, I'm gonna show you how this goes together. One of the things that was is a perfect way to explain how this actually ironically played out in real life in Hollywood. There was so much testosterone and just raw in 300, right? That's one of my favorite quote unquote guy movies. One of the most important parts of that movie was orchestrated by a woman. There's a spot. We all love the "This is Sparta" scene, right? Right before that, when everybody drew their sword, right? It was like, fam, you come in here threatening my people with slavery and death. Bro, who you think you is? And the man was like, yo, this is mad. This is madness. And what did Leonidas do? He looked back at his wife like, yo, should we handle this? Should we handle this? And she gave the nod. Boom. This is Sparta, motherfucker. In the hole you go. You gonna find plenty of earth and water down there. You see what I'm saying? And that's how he took the cue. And we all knew what that was gonna spark off. Same situation here, except he King Richard, not King Leonidas, so to speak. But yeah, and that's Will had the benefit of time. I don't know if he just looked and saw she felt and reacted or not. We'll never know. Will had the benefit of time. And that's the thing. But overall, like, listen, you want to disrespect my better half in front of me, that could come with a price. That could come with a price. And there's that part. That could come with a price. Now, when we expand the lens a little bit, let's take the zoom lens off a little bit. Um, when we look at the bigger picture, I don't necessarily know if smacking the shit out of Chris Rock was what he really wanted to do. That seemed more like I've had enough of this, and you're just a straw, and I gotta do something. Like I gotta do something. Like I don't think he hates Chris Rock. If I had to guess, I don't think he hates Chris Rock. It's just bad, wrong, wrong place, the wrong time, yo. Wrong joke. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong joke. It will win with the shits.
That's the problem about joking on people. You don't know what somebody's going through.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know what's going to set them off or what's pushing them over the edge or whatnot.
Right.
So that's when you joke about an individual and not like a group of people, which some comedians do. That's probably the safer route. You can
Mm-hmm.
still quote unquote offend people, as Dave Chappelle, because he talked about a group of people. But that's usually the safer route. No one's going to probably walk up and try to assault because you're not singling somebody out. Because
Right.
no one likes to be, let's be honest, even if you can take the joke, no one likes to be the butt of a joke,
Right.
especially a lot, which he
Right.
was this past couple of years. But go ahead.
And I think I got into it with a good buddy. I don't know if to get into it, but we had a real difference of viewpoint about that very thing, the culture of comedy. And like I firmly believe, I stand on this. There's no such thing as a funny rape joke. The only way I'd even remotely consider if there's any comedic value in a rape joke is if it came from a woman. This is not to say men can't be raped, but this is to say in this culture, I think I'll go on a limb here and say 95% of rape victims are going to be women. So I don't ever want to hear a dude tell a rape joke. Like there's no such thing as a funny rape joke. That's one. But the culture we have of, well, comedy heals all things, and laughter heals all things, and da da da. Nah, it doesn't. And to expound on what you just said, I spoke to my boy about it. And he was like, well, growth shows you should be able to look back at certain things and laugh. I don't laugh at pain personally. And this notion of everything has to have this comedic underbelly, this notion that, oh, if this hurts you, you just can't take a joke. And it goes like, what'd you just say? You don't know what somebody's going through. And sometimes the point isn't to be able to look and laugh. Sometimes you don't ever want to see that again. Sometimes you don't want to revisit that at all. It's not go back and laugh at it. Oh, I'm so much better now. I can laugh. No, I don't want to talk about it. It's done. It's a dark period. It's a stain in my life. I don't want it brought back up, not even comedically. Because you know who it wasn't funny to? The person going through it. So this culture that we have, especially in the Black community, well, that's just what we do. We read, we joke, we roast, blah, da, 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 da. And the thing that I kept hearing was, well, you got to know your audience and this, and third, or you could just not play with people like that at all. Because like you just said, everybody ain't out here playing. And if you don't want to worry about how somebody's gonna react, then don't say shit that's gonna make them react. Don't say shit where you gotta wonder about it. It's very easy. Two names: Cosby, Sinbad. Not only are they great comics, they're great comics without even cursing. Of course, Cosby had other problems.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to bring that name up. Yeah,
Cosby had
they were
other
great
problems.
comics. He was great at something else too.
Cosby had other problems, but I'm like, this culture of, no, just because you're a comic, you don't have carte blanche to say whatever the hell you want without consequence. No, you don't. Sorry, you don't.
Can I rebut it?
Go for it.
This is where we disagree. I know I said what I said, but this is where we disagree. You say you don't have liberty. Yes, you do. You have liberty. If you know this is something that comics do, this is what they do. And if you know, go sit in the front row. If you go to comedy shows, that's what majority of the people that get cracked on. They're usually in like the front couple rows. Or just don't go. But on the flip side, what we do agree is for the comics, it's like I said, this is free country, freedom of speech. Gotham is yours. Do as you please. Sorry, Dark Knight's reference. Hey, this is what they do. And like I said, they don't know what that person is going through. That's why I said if you're going to roll somebody, it would be the safer route to do a group of people because then you're not saying something out. But if you choose to do so, which you are free to do, I can't cut out your tongue. I can't show your mouth yet. So whatever comes out is going to come out. So if it does come out, all I'm saying is be prepared for what happened to him. Be prepared for all the smoke. If you're willing to back up what you say, I have no problem. I will respect you for it, whether you're joking or serious, because that's what they do. Like I said, if you're prepared, if your hands is rated E for everyone, and you're great at it, and you and like I said, you want all the smoke, and you, like I said, you know the risk. Like I said, the sad part about freedom is an oxymoron, is that even freedom comes at a price. So you are free to say what you want. You can do what you want. You're a comedian, right? This is what everyone expects you to do. That's cool. Just know on the flip side, you either better have great security or your hands better be rated E for everyone. Because if it's not, then at that point, I would suggest you. I'm not going to tell you you can't do it. I would advise you not to do it. Talk about group of people or talk about something else. Because the great comedians can make stuff that shouldn't be funny. That's what makes a great comedian, at least to me. But roasting is a part of the thing. Like I said, I can take a joke. I understand. I do make jokes. I understand. But sometimes you don't want to hear certain stuff. Or if you cross the line with me, yeah, it's going to be issues. But if you're willing to risk that, I'm not going to stop you. Like I said, I'm not the oversensitive crowd that say you can't say this, that, and that, or make a joke about this.
Let me stop right there.
Just go ahead.
I got to jump in right there. That old son of mine is the problem. There's no such thing as being overly sensitive.
bruh.
You don't get to tell me what hurts me. You
I
don't
didn't
know
say that.
me.
I'm saying that's why I said the group of people. I said before, I said you don't know what somebody's going through. And not everyone will take it as a joke, but you don't know. And some stuff really that people get offended by really ain't that goddamn bad.
But you can't. You don't get to gauge that.
But I'm
You
just
don't
saying.
get to gauge what is and isn't that bad.
I'm just saying though. If they're willing to take the risk, then go ahead. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't say, my guy. If I'm a proponent of freedom, I can't just limit your freedom. You just got to be willing to accept what comes at the cost of it. And it's usually not money. So, like I said, if I'm a believer of freedom and I truly want to be free of my damn self, this is the price of freedom. You got to be willing to pay it. So if you want to be a comedian that lives off roasting people in the front row or roasting celebrities, because most celebrities take it as a joke, that's probably why they're all there and they hire these comedians so they can show that the elitists can be cracked on and it's okay. But not everyone takes it like that. Will didn't. I don't think Bill Russell did one time when he flipped something off. Kevin Durant did one time. We call him ultra sensitive, but that's totally different other reason. But it's just if like I said, if you willing to accept the consequences of what could happen, knock yourself out. If you aren't, then just don't do it. That's what I say. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do. It's your profession. This is what they do.
See, I think this is where things get crossed up a little bit. You were talking about freedom, and I get that. I'm talking about humanity. So you are correct. It is freedom to say whatever you want to say to a certain degree. I am talking about what I consider to be humanity. I am talking about understanding the weight and power of words. And I also understand, listen, and you can dispute this if you like, but I find a lot of mofos cowards. Here's what I mean. It's a lot of truth said in jest. It's a lot of people who want to mask their hate in just jokes.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking
Drunk,
with you.
kids,
Nah, B.
and jokes. Yes, that's how you
Yeah,
learn the truth.
nah, B. And to know me is to know I got a different kind of sense of humor. Like, if you get George Carlin, you'll get my sense of humor. If you get, I guess Bill Burr, if you get Jim Jeffries, you'll get my sense of humor. But overall, I'm not no laughy joke dude. In fact, I always get, why you gotta be so serious? You know why it's so serious, so to speak? Because one, racism don't take no days off. White supremacy don't take no days off. We got shit to do. And then two, no, I want to be straight. I want to be straight. You're never gonna wonder if I'm kidding with you or not. What I say is gonna have weight to it. Ain't no jokes. If I was kidding, no. I'm talk you straight, homie. So we know ain't no coward stuff going on here. Ain't no me masking what I feel about you in jokes. Nah, I'm gonna tell you straight out. And I expect the same. And maybe that's my fault. But no, I deal with people straight up and down. So there's no confusion. Oh, he was kidding, right? You know exactly what I said, how the fuck I meant it. But, I got homeboys now still bringing up shit from like 98. And I had to tell them about that. Like, yo, the only one kidding about this is y'all. You ain't never seen me have much less than a visceral response. Because I don't buy into that whole laughter cures everything. No, it doesn't. And some shit ain't worth laughing about.
Yeah, but that's why I said it's an individual thing. Because like I said, for me, I laugh. Like I said, for me personally, I'm not putting you. This is just me.
Yeah.
I laugh at stuff that should not be like. I probably have a dark sense of humor. If you know me on this show, I am a very sarcastic person. I make probably some insensitive jokes too on there. Actually, it reminds me in every show that I said something controversial, which I didn't, but okay. So I get it. I do joke around with people. I try not to cross the line. But the thing is, if I do, I will man up and say I was wrong. I will face the consequences. I'm not going to try to mask it and say, oh, I'm just joking. You need to take it as a joke. No, I'm not going to do that. If you was offended, I offended you.
Right.
I man up to it. If everyone did that, we'd be cool. But we don't do that. We just blame people and say they soft. It's like you don't know what that person is going through. That's why I said, and that's why I'm like, okay, I see your side. I'm not
Mhm.
on that side all the way, but I see your point.
Right.
And I agree with you to a certain extent. Like I said, some people are not playing. You're not playing. You're not a jokeful person. So you
Mhm.
should, if you know that, you probably should do it to that person. Or if you, or yeah. But for me, like I said, yeah, so to me,
But then
it's a freedom thing. And if, like I said, if you're willing to accept the consequences or just man up to it when you do make that mistake and offend somebody, then I'm cool with it. But just don't victim blame people because they don't have your sense of humor. You don't have the same sense of humor I have. I don't have the same sense of
mm,
humor you have. But that's
mm,
fine. I'm not going to blame you, say you soft for this, or you're not going to say why. Like, I'm not, we're not doing all that. Everybody is
right.
different.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, there's that piece of it. That's I'm like, now the big, stringing all this together.
Other
Um,
angle. Are we talking about that? No, we just don't know that.
yeah. I don't know. Wait, which other? Okay, what other angle?
You know, the race angle that we're embarrassing ourselves in
Oh,
front of these white
damn,
folks.
that the
Kareem
respect is
said stuff like that.
right, yo.
I'm like,
Oh God.
Kareem, hold on, before you go. Kareem, I expect this from Stephen C. Smith. Shannon kind of did it. He played both sides. But you are alive during a time. You can't. You
No,
were a revolutionary. You were a
that's
black.
on
You
code for
changed.
him.
Huh?
That's on code. That's on code for Kareem because I think he was the one. He also has something to say about Kyrie. Even that's on brand for
Yeah,
him.
recently. I'm saying I'm looking at the past. Like I'm like, because the past Kareem probably would not do this.
You're right. You're
But
right.
now he's older, and he got a little, he's more adjacent, as you can say.
He's still mad when he can't get a head coaching job, and he probably should be.
Yeah.
But
But like I said, Kareem, like I said, you in the past you done so much for us. So I would never compare you to the C word to you because of what you've done. But boy, you're getting dangerously close. But
yeah, nobody.
it's like, yes, like stop. For one, it was always after us. I didn't even watch us. I just saw it trending. So it's always after us. It's like, why do we care what these people think about us? And why is the standard of class and elegance uh uh adjacent to them? Why do they set that rule?
It's a two-word answer. Two-word answer.
I do know. I know why.
You
Because whenever you say something is classy or elegance or whatever, it's usually you know what that means.
I
Because they
love
don't
this
say
piece.
that about the BET awards, any of that other stuff. But
Right.
when you in there, I'm not gonna go there. But
I love
I'm
this
just
guy.
saying,
I
like,
love this guy.
dear black
I love this
people,
guy.
in minority, whatever you go by, aliens, stop, stop for me trying to sit at the table and impress these people who don't give a fuck about you. They don't care. You will
It
never,
was a
never, ever be
it was a
white.
great night. It was a
Let it
great night for
go.
black people. Will
Like,
got an
stop.
Oscar. Samuel L. got an Oscar. It was a great night for us.
Yeah, now we're setting us back. See, doing that nigga shit. Just, 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 just stop, bro. There's tons of stuff I can name that's setting us back. It ain't got nothing to do with some rich people sitting there in entertainment. There's shit going on in the real world that's setting us back. Child worried about a little slap on national television that might have been
I
fake.
got a I got a better argument that what Jay-Z is doing is setting us back than what Will Smith did. I
Exactly.
could probably make a better argument that Mr. Seat at the table ass homie Sean Carter is setting us back more. But y'all go off though. Y'all go off. Y'all want to embarrass yourselves in front of these good white folks.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you?
we all got a family member that said that before, and I never understood it. Like, so what? You were doing embarrassed master? Is that what you said?
We're done with respect. I mean, I think I can speak for you, myself, and a few others. We're done with respectability politics. Ice Cube told us a long time ago, F a Grammy. Ice Cube also told us F the police. I happen to never stop listening to either.
Me too.
Just saying. Just Just I don't do decorum. You know, I don't define class. But oh boy, we're gonna get roasted for this one. But the reality situations, a lot of black people buy hook, line, and sinker into whiteness, and particularly a lot of straight black men want to be white men so very badly. It's everything you think is dope is a white standard. You want this car because white folks told you it was a shit. You want this house. You want to live in this neighborhood because white folks told you the shit. Everything you want has been dictated to you by what white men want or have. Where's your
Beauty
blackness?
standards,
Beauty
dress standards,
standards.
hair standards. And like I
Mhm.
said, they're just passing a law to say that you can't be discriminated because of your hair texture.
Right. And I mean, let's be real. These rap dudes as well. Y'all want exotic women, i.e., not black. You want foreigns, i.e., cars made in Italy, in Europe. What about you is black, sir? Hey, all your hopes and dreams are white standards. Just examine that. Now, if you went through the thought process, you just happen to arrive there, that's one thing. But it seemed like you've been spoon fed everything you want based on what white men have. I don't
Well,
see how that pushes our culture forward.
it
But
doesn't. But
okay.
since this is reality, this is the matrix, and the people controlling the matrix is telling you this is what you have to strive for. So I don't know if I can necessarily blame them, but it's a 50-50 because this is the information issue. You should know better.
yeah,
So it's a double-edged sword, as you may say.
yeah. But you right. It was a lot of respectability politics. Um, there's a lot of people not invited to this culture with something to say. Amy Schumer, I suggest you shut up. Respectfully, we got this. I don't need your shock and awe. Now it wasn't just her, Wanda
It was
Sykes.
traumatizing.
Really? Oh, it's see,
Wait, you wanna
almost
know what
slipped
was
up.
traumatizing?
Almost oh
See a pig's knee on somebody's neck for minutes. That's traumatizing.
facts.
But okay, what you want?
The black
Oh,
trauma, the
I'm
black the
here.
black.
This doesn't happen here. We don't do this here.
Ooh, this doesn't happen in our neighborhood.
No,
This
we leave the
this
doors
doesn't
unlocked.
happen. Wait. Oh, let's get bigger. This doesn't happen in Europe. Tell me you low key racist without telling me you low key racist. But yeah, you're right on that. You're right on that. But it's enough to go around. It's enough people on the black side of the fence.
Oh, it
Wanda
is.
Sykes comes over. Oh my God, this is so traumatizing. You're right. Good point, sir. We literally are how far removed from watching George Floyd get executed. But this is traumatizing.
This is gonna make you dream, have nightmares.
Oh my God. I wanted the name of Cedar Lewis Tucker, man. Like that. Oh, and I gotta give it to the ultra woke. I knew it. I knew it. I was just waiting for it. I was just waiting for it. Um, I saw something that said, this is a humiliation ritual. I'm like, what?
On black
It's
people?
it's the Illuminati again. Chris Rock needed to be humiliated because he's been questioning cancel culture and the far leftist agenda. So it was Will's job to humiliate him publicly. Like, I don't know what's worse, the fact that you actually believe this, or you didn't. Yeah, you actually typed this out and put it on that little blue app on purpose. Like you really, and bro, you should. I just the comment section it goes down in the comment section because there was so much word people sleeping. They don't even know what they just saw.
I'd rather just say it was fake than just go down that conspiracy hole.
It's the ultra woke, yo. You sleeping, my brother. You ain't woke enough. You sleeping, my brother. It's all a ceremony ritual. The Illuminati got you brainwashed, son.
All right, if Chris Rock ends up dead soon, then I'll rock with it.
Damn, bro. Really? You just 0 to 100 real quick?
It's like, hey, that's a sacrifice right there, my boy.
Nah, because the point was, you know what I mean? They ain't want him dead. If they want him dead, it'd be different. They don't want him, they wanted him humiliated. They want the world to see that black man get humiliated. So that's why Will Smith, on behalf of the lizards, went up there and smacked them for the world to see. He got humiliated, son.
That
Know what I
happened.
mean?
He got humiliated years ago
Oh
with that one
gosh.
interview. That's the humiliation.
And just to give the listeners and the viewers some context, there was an interview of comedians. I think it was Louis C.K., Chris Rock, Seinfeld, and I forgot who the other dude was, but Chris Rock was really way too okay letting folks that are not of the culture use the N word. Now, plot twist, no one should, right? No one should. But if we want to play in that sandbox for a moment, definitely not white people, specifically not white men, for sure, right? Seinfeld backed off it. Seinfeld was like, nah, I'm good on that.
The
I'm good
white
on that.
Jewish guy had more sense than you.
Right. But Chris Rock just ran, ran with it.
Doing that dumbass
So,
smile you did. Yeah, you're right.
so the Illuminati had to have him humiliated. You know what I mean? Let me stop.
They coming for you. I don't want no part of this.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Nigga, just I
Yeah.
can't. But yeah, that was that, man. I'm just like, I can't. I'm gonna get off that because it's so many tentacles, it's so much of the confusion about black men don't protect black women. Then the second a black man does protect the black woman, it's like, well, not like that. Then it's
Yeah.
without one protection.
Man, it's
It's
like,
I just
yeah, be
all
yourself, but don't be like that.
the
What you
offshoots and this and that. Like, listen, that's what I said. You start small on a very base level. You disrespect my wife, and you might get dealt with. And how I deal with you may not be because my lady tell you I don't do jealousy and none of that. I don't got time, right? But I respond to disrespect real heavy, right? So if you do something, and I'm not one of those who stepped on my sneakers, I gotta shoot you. It's a sneaker. Like I'm tuned in to reality, right? But you do some blatantly disrespectful shit, and I gotta deal with you. And I'm not worried about decorum or rules or cops, none of that. I'm dealing with you. But it's interesting how we're being told what you can and can't, how and how you can't deal with things. And it's like it's just messy. And some of the stuff I'm seeing on both sides of the coin. I'm seeing a lot of women, you shouldn't respond like that. I did see a lot of women talk about that timepiece I mentioned. Like I saw a lot of women say, I understand how he felt, but for a larger purpose, I would have been like, nah, babe, nah, nah. I respect that. So you understand the level of disrespect. You also understand how I'm about to go handle that. But you on a bigger scale understand prudence, grace. I respect the fact you're gonna go handle this month for me, but not like that. Be easy. Cool.
It's based on every individual.
Right, all right, all right.
And
Okay.
everyone would handle it different ways. Like I said, some people would have handled how Chris Rock did it. Some people would have squared up with him. Some people would have just kept being professional.
Oh, okay, so let me ask
There's
you something
plenty.
because we ain't really touched on that part too much. Flip it, flip it. You, Chris Rock, what do? You scrap? Well,
Yeah,
you just
I'm scrapping. I'm scrapping. Because
you in the
there's a
wrong.
big
Why you scrapping? You in the wrong.
listen. I know I was wrong. He actually apologized after this smack happened. He said, I won't do it again. So you didn't give him a chance. You just walked up and smacked him. You didn't give him a chance by you don't say it. Because Chris would probably been like, all right, my bad. But you did. You just walked up like, oh boy. Or like, nah, bro. I understand that part. I'm still a man at the end of the day, bro. I'd rather him punch me. He is not gonna smack me, bro. That is the most disrespectful thing you can do to another man. It's just smack me, bro. Like, stop it. Stop. Like the worst thing you could have did was spit on. But smack it be open palm. Like I'm not even worth your fist. What type of stuff
Nope.
is that? Oh nah, dog. You got
If you're the backhanded him,
no.
that'd been even worse.
He'd have to die. Oh, he would have to die.
If you're
you want
backhanded him.
to talk about traumatized? Oh yeah, it'd have been. Ooh.
So you up there on the Oscar stage, you gonna get the scrapping and rolling on the
This is
stage.
not the Oscars anymore. This is WWF.
Wow, you said you took it back to the Hulk
Exactly.
Hogan days.
Yeah, boy, this is I'm a real American type shit right now. I'm not playing with you.
Not even WWE.
No,
we took it back.
We going back to the real stuff. People was really getting hurt. So yeah,
You wild, bro. You wild, bro. Okay. All right.
So what are you doing?
I mean, okay, saying that, put myself in that role. Because like I said, I wouldn't even told the joke. No way. I'd be a horrible comedian. But if just play it out the way it is, I don't. Knowing me, it'd probably got ugly. It'll probably got ugly. Knowing me, it'll probably got ugly. Because it's one of those things where, like I told you, the last thing on earth I'm thinking old boy is gonna do is smack. That's why, to me, that's why I leaned in. Like, okay, I'm aware of time and place. I'm aware we got 300 million people watching. We two black men at the Oscars. Ain't no way I'm thinking you about to come up there and smack me. So when you do, like Chris Rock a Brooklyn dude, yo, like yo, we not it might go to commercial. Go to commercial. Because it's about to be us. Come on.
Now, granted, there's the caveat. Chris Rock with the guy's answer, but at least you defended yourself.
You just touched on the other side.
At least you defended yourself.
You take sides out of it. Oh, Will Smith for punk because he beat on somebody you didn't know he wouldn't. Listen, Bruce Lee was like 5'7", 140, maybe. Take size out of it, dog. Bruce Lee, 5'7", 140.
That's Bruce Lee, a trained martial artist.
Bruh.
You talking about Chris Rock? You compare Chris Rock to Bruce Lee?
5'7", 140. All I'm saying is take size out of it. Stop saying that like, well, he knew Chris Rock one good. He much bigger than Chris. Take size out of it, because in real world, right? Let's rewind time to the 60s and 70s. Especially the climate against Asians, when Asian hate was like, ugh. You really think Bruce Lee just walking around, cats everyone like this little Asian dude, right? Little Chinese chump right here. And how many people you think he served? Because they thought this little punk, right? Exactly.
He can freaking do this, fall his face, you go flying. That's not stop it. That's Bruce Lee. I'm saying, that's Bruce Lee. That's Bruce Lee.
I'll make another one.
I'm not fighting Bruce Lee. He can smack my wife. I'm sorry, man. Apologize to this man. I'm on my Friday tip. He's like, you want some more, man? Hey, apologize to this man right here. What you think this is?
I mean, I make it realer for you still. Floyd Mayweather's what? My height? My 5'8", about $140.
You keep naming professional fighters.
Hold up.
That's what they do.
Take size out of it. All I'm saying is stop talking about Chris Rock, little blah blah blah. Listen, if you was out, if you don't watch boxing, right? If you out, this little 5'7", 150-pound dude pressing up on you, what's your problem, bro? And then you're gonna get hit with like a 10-hit combo before you even hit the ground. Take size out of it.
I'm not saying that size is the only. I know size doesn't matter in fights. Trust me, I know. But I'm just saying, you're naming the small guys that will whoop anybody, like anyone.
So, because everybody just selling Chris Rock short. Y'all know Chris Rock might have been doing like Tybo Extreme behind closed doors. Like, you never know, yo.
Okay. We got Chris Rock Lee. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But yeah, take sides out of it. You never know. Cause all the way real, walking back it up. You disrespect my wife, I'm gonna handle that. You disrespect my wife, that with me sitting there, that's a risk you take.
It
Now,
is.
me deciding I'm gonna handle it a certain way, the real is that's a risk I'm taking.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's risk all the way around, which for me traces back to look, just leave that shit alone. Just because to me, listening to comics whine about, oh, I can't tell LGBTQ jokes, da 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 da, and comedy's dead. No. Cat Williams said it. Then you just not that funny. The only people making the noise about it is the people that ain't really that funny to begin with. If I say, look, there's 20 different ways to tell a joke, I'm gonna take these two away from you. You bitching about the two I took away from you instead of capitalizing on the 18 you still got, you're not that funny. This culture of, well, I'm doing my job. I can say what I want. But we always roast. Maybe you shouldn't. Because I'll be honest with you, unpopular opinion. You say certain things to certain people, like Ice Cube said on Friday. You always playing. Everybody out here ain't playing. So I think it was Amy Schumer that said, "Oh, great! Now every comic has to worry if someone's gonna be the next Will Smith." You damn right.
Yeah.
Because you
It should
pop
always
slick,
been like that. But
right?
if you willing to accept that, go ahead. It won't affect you.
You pop slick. It might be a price to pay. So
It
find
might
them.
be. Hey,
So
Bruce Lee can lay out that.
instead of using this one method to get a laugh, maybe you need to expand your box. Maybe you need to put more tools in your box and find a different way to tell a joke. Because if all you leaning on is insulting people, everybody ain't playing. And Will Smith is pretty much open the floodgates to where, yeah, you might want to rethink this set a little bit.
Like I
I'm
said,
okay with you having to rethink whether you're gonna insult somebody tonight. Oh, Ross, you just being sensitive. You no, actually, you know what? Call it what you will, but just be prepared to call the ambulance if it go down a certain way.
that's cool. I'm cool with that. That's what I said. Like I'm not on the camp. Like all the way what you saying. You shouldn't say. Go ahead. I'm on the side of freedom and fairness. So if you have hands and you ready, go ahead. Or your security is full of freaking devos and
Goons,
stuff.
you got the goons.
Go ahead.
You got the
Knock
goons.
yourself out, bro.
Mm.
Go
All
ahead.
right. But we're gonna leave that alone. We could do a whole hour on that by itself. I'm gonna
Probably already
shift
did.
gears. I'm gonna shift gears to the glorious Empire State. And for once, not the world's greatest city, but my home city, Buffalo, New York, Western New York, home of the Buffalo Bills, who apparently just kind of sort of a little bit strong arm New York State. So the owner, and when Buffalo started to suck for a little bit, there was always talk of the possibility of moving them to Toronto. Like that was a thing for a little bit. The owner wants a new stadium. Rich Stadium is located in Orchard Park, New York. I've been out there once. I haven't been to a Bills game, but I've been to Orchard Park once. It is like, wow, 2% black, maybe on a good day. But one new stadium. And they're going to, not they, the owner is going to get it. Um, Here's the fun part. New York State is going to finance about 850 million. 850 million of the new stadium. 850 million. Okay. There are two things wrong with that. Well, actually, a couple things, but 850 million to fund the new stadium. New York State also has proposed budget cuts of 800 million to child and family services. Hey, here's another fun fact. The owner of the Buffalo Bills is worth about 5 billion with a B.
That was 8.
What's 850 billion? What's 850 mil when you already worth 5 billion? Right. If it was a $1 billion stadium like Cowboy Stadium down here, you still got $4 billion left. I now again, to be fair, it is proposed. My understanding is the budget has not been passed yet. But the fact that you are willing to subsidize a football stadium at the expense of child and family services. Oh, let's go back. The fact that you now have a rule in place that says you have to hire a minority on your offensive coaching side. Oh, let's go back. The fact that Brian Flores had to sue you all. Oh, wait, let's keep going. The Rooney rule being in play, put in place. Oh, wait, it keeps going. You blackball cap out the
It's football, baby.
I
Stop trying to
just
fight it, man. We can't. You're not gonna win this fight, man. You can't win.
yo, it's a joke that's not a joke. The NFL is legitimately too big to fail.
Yeah.
You said something very powerful off air before we started. Bruh, do you know how much power it takes to strong arm a state? Like, listen, build this shit for me or I'm leaving. And the state's like, all right, we got you.
That's
It's cool,
power,
man.
boy. That's what
Bruh.
I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I'm on football, entertainment, or I got the money to pay for it. But you know, instead, I'm like, nah, government, do your job. Build it for me. I'm out.
Hold on. Let's
Okay.
talk about that point. Talk about that point. Hold on. I have enough money to build 3 of these stadiums and still have $2 billion. Nah, I don't want to pay for that though. Not right now. Like, nah, I'm good. I
Damn
need
it.
y'all to handle that for me. I need y'all to handle that for me.
Yo, I know it's messed up, but that's gangster, bro. Oh my god, that's gangster.
And y'all still voting Democrat and Republican. Why? Because New York is like the New York is to California what Florida is to Texas. New York is California light when it comes to politics and how blue it is, right? And y'all just got strong armed off out of almost $1 billion. Don't worry. Children and Family Services, they be all right. They be all right. They be all right. Now, I want to say, hopefully in the next couple weeks, when the budget does pass, this doesn't happen. I want to say it didn't happen. I'm hoping that we'll come back in a few weeks and say, remember that story we talked about? That actually didn't get happen. That actually didn't happen in the budget. They found 800 million in the tech sector or, private investment group, not actually by cutting money from child and family services. Like, I mean, your kid might not have school lunch or might not be able to have an after school program, but boy, it's going to be great watching football with the roaches. That's going to be awesome. Wow. I mean, I don't even want to be too big to fail. I just want to be too big to totally fail. Like, can I just be kind of big? Would that work? Can I get to that level?
I want that type of power, but I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like,
that is crazy.
And this is the NFL. Y'all love y'all football.
We do.
And I forgot to tell you. We talked about, okay, so to bring the listeners and the viewers up to speed, the NFL also passed a rule. It's like a Rooney Rule 2.0, where you have to have every team has to have a minority on their offensive coaching staff. Because the trend is usually when you go, usually the most of the head coaching hires come from the OCs, the offensive coordinators, so on and so forth. The language, though, is so broad. It has to be a woman, this or that.
Person of color.
And
That's it.
right. Now, the funny thing is, I read an article and I found this very interesting. And I'm like, I was just dumbfounded. Somebody wrote an op-ed and it was on MSN.com that said the NFL just basically passed a rule that says anybody but a white male. And I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Because
You
the
still got
ownership.
head coaches.
right. The ownership of the NFL is pretty much white and male. The ownership of this entire country is pretty much white and male. Um, so yeah, Joe Rogan, white man can't talk anymore. Yeah, no one's shedding tears, Joe. No one's nope, we're not really shedding tears here. I think we could use a few centuries worth of white maleness being absent. I don't think there'd be any great loss there. But so somehow the obvious racism of the NFL has been missed by this gentleman who wrote this piece, and they boiled it down to anyone but a white man.
That's a
I
great.
was
No, that's great. That's true. You ain't lying.
Here's the thing though. Here's where this gets interesting. Here's this gets interesting. And I might get in hot water for saying it, but I'm just looking at how the language
You
is
already know
written.
how to work. Go ahead.
Um, Technically, you could have a trans white woman, and granted, if we're going with trans
Mm,
women or women, you still have someone that at least used to be or considered from the white male hierarchy in a position. Hmm. That minority language is tricky, and it is also why you get a lot of black people like Ice Cube, like others who say, no, if it's for black people, make it specifically for black people. Because the reality of the situation is no one else in this country has our history. We have not been compensated for the centuries, like just the labor part alone, right? Just the labor. Let's leave out the servitude. Let's leave out the atrocities, the pain and suffering of slavery. Just let's look at the labor. We've never been compensated at any point. So yeah, pardon us if we get a little when we use the term minority or person or people of color, because now you get to include a whole bunch of people that don't have our joint suffering,
they
and it's
still
not
give us
about one of
the short end
the
of the stick.
oppression Olympics,
If you
right?
watching the other episode, I think 2 episodes ago, or one, when we had a guest. Yeah, we named the numbers. We still got the short end of the stick. Every other minority or person of color got way
Mm-hmm.
more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when you say person of color, you gotta be real specific when it comes to certain stuff.
Right. But this is just wow, NFL really. And then to have someone really sitting right in the op-ed talking about "Yeah, yeah, anyone white, anyone but white men, like so that's what you matter. Hey, we have another special guest. The small doggo here. All right, I'm gonna put you down, sir. Down you go. Down you go. Down you go. Now we have cats and dogs. Down you go. But yeah, that's wild. And I'm just like, wow, NFL, really? So in a 2 week span, um 2 week span, you pretty much said, hey, we've got this new rule to help people of color or minorities become head coaches. But then the problem with that even is like we talked about. Eric Bieniemy has been the OC for Kansas City for how long? I don't think Kansas City has finished out of the top five as far as offense and yards and points since he's been there. He's interviewed like the league, everybody in the league twice, and still can get a head coaching job. So there's that.
Issue, like I've said a long time ago, I don't really care anymore because NFL is too big to fail, so I really don't care. But if you really want to change stuff, there's two things you can do. Either one, we can make our own league, which you said a long time ago, or two,
Mm-hmm.
get
Mm-hmm.
new owners. Diversify the owners. Because Roger Goodell can only tell them so much. Because,
I mean,
they're his bosses. He's a worker. So everyone that is the boss looks like each other and lived in a bygone era. What
oh
the
boy.
hell you think is going to happen?
And it's just like
Yeah, just let it go, bro. Either you accept the stuff for what it is, or don't watch it.
I mean, it's
That's
just
all
in
it is.
your face now, though. It's just really just get rid
It
of
been
rubbing
in your
nose.
face. But man,
Like, y'all ain't even hiding it. At least y'all hid it. At least y'all hid the concussions. Y'all ain't even hiding it no more.
why? What's the point? If I can stroll arm a freaking government, what do I have to lose? The
Y'all
people
still like,
you vote for and bow your knee to, bow their knee to me.
what's
Like what?
human beings in the mob? What's a mob to a king? But
What's a king to a god? Like you, like you.
What's a king to a god? Huh?
Like, nah, bro. The NFL at this point, they just gonna do. They on their gangster too. They don't care. It's like, bro, we the NFL. What you? This basically like we the police. What you gonna do to me?
I need a new stadium. You sitting on $5 billion. You might want to do something about that, Chief. Nah, I want you to do something about it.
Are you feeling in charge?
Do you feel
yo, 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 dude. Yo, NFL is bad, yo. He just
right,
said the like,
right, right.
really.
Nobody cared who I was until I took off the mask. Like we out now with our racist nonsense now. Nobody cared who we were until we took off the mask. Like, wow.
Go off the shingle.
Do you feel in charge? Like, yeah. But you're sitting on $5 billion. So? I mean, you got the money. So? I bet. And it's just like, come on, dog. And that's from what I saw. Republicans are having a field day with this one. Republicans are having a field day because it's like, so you gonna build a stadium, but cut child and family services. Now, here's the plot twist: the Republicans would do the same damn thing, but
Yeah, they
the
would.
Republicans would do the same damn thing.
I say if Jerry Jones did the same thing
Right,
too.
right.
You're
Jerry
like,
Jones is
oh,
like,
Jerry,
listen,
chill out, buddy.
right. Jerry Jones, yeah, listen. So that's that. But you know what? I've yeah, we're good. Oh, and I'll close it out real quick. You gotta watch the first episode of Moon Knight. It was it's typical Disney series fare, Marvel series fare. But they did give us something because my issue with a lot of the Marvel series is you watch the first, it doesn't really get worth it. You already know you got to sit through the first couple episodes, right?
I guess that's
Till
the
you
hook.
really start. But no, Moon Knight gave us something. It's still a little, huh? And again, for someone that doesn't remember, like I don't remember Moon Knight. I remember him, but I don't know the history, the origin, and that stuff. So I was like, well, let me sit and watch this. I'm not gonna Google anything right now. I'm just gonna watch it with fresh eyes. And it's a little all over the place. But the title character, the guy who's playing Moon Knight, darn good actor, from what I
Yeah.
can tell. And then it got real fun last couple of minutes. Like, oh, okay. I knew I shouldn't have watched it though because I thought I could just binge it. No, they're gonna do the week thing. Like, come on, man, stop playing around. This is Netflix. You know we sit and watch all 26 episodes in one night and drink like 3 monsters. Like,
Right.
come on, yo, stop playing with me.
This might be a topic for next week because we can go a while for this, but y'all need to chill out with the censorship, man. I don't know if you heard about Captain America and the Winter Soldier being censored now.
What?
You remember the part where the bootleg Captain America crushed Sun Skull in with the shield and there was blood on it?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about in Winter Soldier and Falcon series? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
What about
yeah,
it?
yeah. Yeah, they're censoring that. They're censoring a lot of stuff now. So this is like,
Yo,
man, just damn, I hate you
two
people.
words: parental controls. They do work, boys and
They
girls.
do. They really do. Stop
They
doing it
legit
for
work.
everyone else. Don't, because if you just let them start censoring that, then they're gonna censor everything. Then what? We're gonna be a communist country? Is that what you want?
Depends on who you ask. Depends on who you ask.
That's true.
Um, okay, let's run it back and recap it. Mr. Get Jiggy with it. Wanna be will. Okay. Um, in a vacuum, I get it. I can't say I would have reacted too much differently in a vacuum. But we understand there's more issues going on, and if those issues are not, this just looks like the straw. When we take everything into account, this just looks like, you know what, I gotta do something, and you did something, and that just seemed, when you take into account all of it, maybe that was a little, maybe that was a bit much. But I also think the culture, the tone of comedy needs to change, and I'm absolutely okay with, if you want to be disrespectful or disrespectful last comment, you might catch these hands. I'm good with that. Say what you will. I'm good with that. The NFL. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Like that's it's like a conglomerate. Like y'all approaching Pablo Escobar levels of, I can't even say that because they actually brought Pablo in. We all beyond reproach. I can't be arrested. But New York, shame on you. Just shame on you.
Glorious.
Like if this passes, but the fact that this is a possibility in itself, just
That's still
shame on
in.
you.
Yeah, it's still in. So
Right. Shame on you. And I really hope at some point the NFL stops being too big to fail.
that might
Um,
happen.
and lastly, yeah, check out Moon Knight. The first episode was pretty cool. I probably won't mention it again until after the series is over, so I can just binge watch the whole thing.
Me too.
But check out Moon Knight. Watch the first episode, see what we got, and that's about it. I didn't touch on the ultra woke humiliation and such. Okay, your recap, sir.
I say, Will, do your thing, man. I personally still don't know if it was real or not. Um,
Mm.
but if it was, like I said, I'm not on the camp. The comedians can't do that. Roast people, go ahead. Like I said, with that freedom comes a price. If you're willing to pay that price in your hands, or you Bruce Lee, like he said, or your security guards, Debo's, do it. I'm here for it. Do you, my brother or sister or
Mm.
whoever. Uh, yeah, the NFL, NFL is literally Bane, man. I know I made that joke, but that came out. I really thought about it. I was like, they really just say, "Are you feeling in charge?" Like, damn. I'm like, yeah, you what? No, I'm in charge. Are you sure? But yeah, I hope it doesn't get passed. But the fact that they even thought about it, or was like, maybe we should try to,
Maybe.
that's it's not good. It's not good. And I didn't watch Moon Knight, so I'm probably gonna wait till it comes out completely, and then I'm just gonna binge watch it. So yeah, and remember, folks, we don't mean no harm. We truly mean no disrespect.
Absolutely. And on that, boys and girls, same bat time, same bat channel next week. On behalf of my co-host and myself, thank you for tuning in to the Darkside podcast. Peace.
Yeah.